So we're going to look at how to work out the perimeter of a semicircle. Now perimeter just means the distance around the entire shape. So we are actually already familiar with some form of distance of a circle, and we actually call that in maths, you guys would have done it, is this outside bit of the circle is called the circumference. So we already are familiar with how to work out the circumference of a circle. So if we remind ourselves what the formula for working out the circumference of a circle is, it would be pi times diameter. Now just keep in mind that would be if we had a full entire circle. However, in this situation we don't have a full circle, we have half a circle, and so we would just get that answer and then divide it by 2. Now that would give us the bit that I've highlighted in yellow. However, perimeter of a shape, is important to note, it wants the question is asking us to give the entire distance around the shape, which means this 8 centimeters as well. And so all we have to do once we have the answer for the circular bit, if you like, is simply add on the rest, which is this 8 centimeters here. Okay, so let's see how we do that in terms of maths. It's quite straightforward. So let's start the actual question. So step number 1 would be to determine whether you have the diameter, which is what we need, or whether we have the radius. Sometimes in these types of questions they also give the radius. Now we want the diameter because we're working with perimeter. Luckily for us, in this question they've already given us the diameter. If they gave us the radius, and for this question the radius would have been 4 centimeters, they would have marked it out somewhere along the lines of there, and they would have said that's 4 centimeters. Okay, so all we needed to do at this point, if they gave us that, is double it, because the radius is obviously half of the diameter. So, but for this question we don't need to do anything, we already have it. So we're going to first do pi times 8, which is going to give us 8 pi. Now I'm not going to use my calculator at the moment because there's actually no need to. Now we just need to remember what we've just worked out is if the circle was a full circle, if the actual shape was a full circle, we would have worked out the circumference would be 8 pi. However, we only want half of that. So the next step would be to do 8 pi divided by 2, which is 4 pi. Now 4 pi is the bit that I've highlighted in yellow on the diagram. That's basically what we've just worked out. So that 4 pi is actually the yellow bit on the diagram. And all we need to do now is add to 4 pi the 8 centimeters. So we add, and 8 centimeters is going to remain the number 8. Okay, so therefore our final answer would be 4 pi plus 8, and that's basically our answer. However, that would be the answer in terms of pi. Okay, now if the question said give your answer to 1 decimal place, then we would need to type that into our calculator exactly as we see it, which is 4 pi plus 8, and we would get an answer rounded to 1 decimal place, so you guys would have to round this yourselves, is 20.6 centimeters. And those are the two types of, sometimes they will say give your answer in terms of pi, sometimes they will say give your answer to 1 decimal place or 2 decimal places, or whatever. They might ask you to round to different sort of levels of accuracy, so you guys should know how to do that. But those are your 2 answers, and that's basically how you do it. So I hope this video tutorial helped, and if you do have any questions, obviously post them on your Microsoft Teams to your teachers, and good luck with your work today. Thank you.